From 9 News, this is Today with Carl and Sarah.
That was a really beautiful tribute there at the cricket yesterday. Well, the nation is still coming to terms with the horror that unfolded 4 days ago during the Bondi terror attack. The first 3 victims have been laid to rest, and today it'll be the youngest victim, 10-year-old Matilda.
Worst of days. A moving vigil was held last night at St Mary's Cathedral as well, attended by the Prime Minister and New South Wales Premier Chris Minns. And now the first step towards justice, as the 24-year-old alleged gunman is charged from his hospital bed.
We have team coverage for you this morning. Let's go first to today's Sydney reporter Jack Hahn, who joins us from Bondi Beach. Jack, it will be another emotional day.
It certainly will be. Sarah, Carl, good morning to you both. It is Jewish tradition to have a funeral as soon as possible, and this morning we are starting to see that already. 3 people laid to rest overnight and yesterday. That includes Raven Morrison. He was this brave man that decided to throw a brick towards the 2 terrorists in that famous clip of Al-Ahmad. You can actually see him towards the tail end of that clip, throwing an object that was a brick, and ultimately his courage cost him his life. We know that Rabbi Elschlanger has also been laid to rest within the past 24 hours. It was a huge turnout there, including from his loved ones. Take a look.
Eli was the best husband, the best father, the best son.
Throws at them a brick. This is the greatest heroic act that a Jew can do.
We saw him physically plucked out and torn away from those he loved so dearly.
Today will be tough as well. Little Matilda will be laid to rest. Her family keen to point out that this will be a sombre and simple service that will try to remember Matilda for who she was, not entirely what happened to her, remembering her for her little smile and the way she was able to light up the lives around her. In terms of the survivors, 17 people are in hospital this morning, 1 listed as being in a critical condition, everyone else critical but stable, and then all the way down to simply stable. A live look here this morning at the memorial site. You can see that it is still such a sombre atmosphere here. Take a look there. You might see the 3 gentlemen that are wiping away tears. They were hugging each other, comforting each other. In fact, I would tell you that this is probably one of the most emotional mornings, because as we now enter the 4th day, Carl and Sarah, this is when it gets really tough, because it really starts to hit home.
Jack, thank you. Let's go live now to 9 reporter Pippa Bradshaw at Sydney Police Centre. Pippa, what exactly has the gunman been charged with?
Carl, 24-year-old Naveed Akram has been charged with almost 60 offences. Now, that includes 15 counts of murder, 40 counts of wounding with intent to murder, along with commit a terrorism act. Now, Naveed woke from a coma in hospital on Tuesday. Police were in there quickly yesterday trying to talk to him, but he refused to be interviewed by police. That's when they dialed him into a bedside hearing to that Sydney hospital, and he was charged with these offences. Here's the AFP Police Commissioner speaking after those charges were laid.
This is not job done for our investigators. There is significant digital material being forensically examined. Further search warrants will be executed, and the AFP is continuing to work closely with our international partners.
Now, details of this case have been suppressed so as to not to prejudice any further trial, but we can reveal today that ASIO was in communication with New South Wales Police prior to Naveed's father, getting a gun licence. They had warned police that Naveed was in communication with Islamic extremists, but an investigation was done and it warranted that no further monitoring was required there. Now, Naveed is facing life imprisonment if convicted, and he will be back in court early next year.
Pippa, thank you.
Well, former Treasurer Josh Frydenberg has laid blame for Sunday's attack at the feet of Anthony Albanese.
If you don't want to do the job, give it to somebody who will.
Let's go live now to 9 Federal Politics reporter Amanda Kopp at Parliament House. Amanda, Mr Frydenberg really unleashed on the Prime Minister.
Yes, Sarah, he did. He accused the Prime Minister of not doing enough to stamp out anti-Semitism before this attack took place. The former Treasurer under Scott Morrison is a prominent member of the Jewish community in Melbourne. He says more needs to be done now to address growing anti-Semitism that's taken root in some parts of Australia, even calling for a royal commission into events that perhaps led to this attack. He also pointed to regular pro-Palestine protests in major cities, saying that hate speech there must stop.
Daily protests of hate in this, the lucky country, which is lucky no more.
When New South Wales Parliament returns for an emergency sitting next week, the state will look to pass tighter gun controls and possible restrictions on protests. Sarah?
All right, Amanda, thank you. Jane has the rest of your news headlines now. Jane.
Thank you, Sarah. A suspicious house fire in Melbourne's southeast has left one man fighting for life and 2 others in hospital. Live to Today Melbourne reporter Kiara Parker, who is at the scene in Clyde North. Kiara, the blaze has also caused a lot of damage to the home.
Yeah, this suspicious fire, which was sparked just before 2 a.m, tore through this home. You can see it's absolutely gutted, that top story, and the roof has caved in. And neighbours in the middle of the night, they had to be evacuated as a precaution. I've actually spoken to one neighbour who told me he got his garden hose out to try help. Let's hear more of what he had to say.
Dad, someone screaming for help, and yeah, I just jumped from the bed and I couldn't realise what it is, and all the way around to the door, and I didn't want to open the door because I don't know what's going on outside. So I could hear someone screaming, not one, maybe a couple, yeah.
This suspicious fire has left one man fighting for life in hospital, another man was seriously injured, and a woman was taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. A woman with a child did manage to escape the flames, fleeing to safety. Police remain on scene here. They're door-knocking homes as they appeal for information. Jane?
Kiara, thank you. The brother of a man missing at sea after a fishing trip is refusing to give up hope of finding him. Ian Matheson and Gary Twentyman launched their boat to drop crepe pots off the coast of Cape Jaffa near Robe on Tuesday morning and never returned home. Ian's body was recovered on Tuesday night while their dog is still missing.
He just retired and just starting to enjoy life, and his mate Gary the same. Terrible, just terrible.
Hope remains for Gary's survival as police and SES continue the search. There are new concerns about whether Queensland can deliver Brisbane 2032 on time or on budget. Live to Today Queensland reporter Andrea Carruthers. Andrea, how serious is this?
It's extremely serious because it's not just about the labour shortage, Jane, but it's also about where the venue planning is at. So the Auditor-General, they warned that currently there's a skills shortage of 18,200 construction workers each and every year right through until the Games. The biggest shortfall, well, that's set to come 2026 to 2027, expected to be 50,000 tradies short. On top of that, more than half of the venues required for the Olympic and Paralympic Games are still in the early stages of planning. 9 of them haven't actually progressed beyond that at all. So of course this all risks major delays. It also risks budget blowouts. Now the government says they're going to need to beg, borrow and steal to get the tradies we need to get the Games to happen. That's in light of 200,000 nationwide shortage.
Andrea Carruthers in Brisbane, thank you. A private phone call between Melania and Donald Trump has featured in the new trailer for the First Lady's blockbuster documentary, and it looks like she could be the boss.
Everyone wants to know. So here it is. Hi, Mr. President. Congratulations.
Did you watch it?
I did not. Yeah, I will see it on the news.
Melania, rated PG, exclusively in theaters January 30th.
Oh, we love that. Live to Nine's US correspondent Reid Butler now in Los Angeles. Reid, the documentary has already made Hollywood history.
Yeah, Jane, it is going to be the most expensive documentary ever made. Jeff Bezos' Amazon outbidding Disney by more than double, spending more than $60 million to get the rights to this Melania Trump documentary. That dwarfs the kind of money spent on other big blockbuster docos like David Attenborough's Planet Earth, which took years to film right around the world. This was just 20 days following the First Lady in the lead up to the inauguration. She has some incredible clothes, amazing outfits. Cannot wait to watch it. So it's out at the end of next month, January. So get your wine, get your popcorn, get your best fancy hat and settle in and enjoy. I cannot wait.
Oh, me too, Reed Butler there in Los Angeles. Thank you. It's going to be fascinating. Do you think Donald Trump will now want his own movie, a movie of his own, but it'll have to cost more. It will have to be substantially more expensive.
I think he's got his own reality show.
True.
And just dealing with the world and whatnot. But I think it is fascinating. She doesn't normally do anything.
No.
I mean, there's a couple of articles, in those magazines that you read?
She's done the occasional interview.
Who was it with?
Oh, I don't think she was actually in the Vanity Fair one. But,
Oh.
Yes, that was another interesting article about the inner sanctum of the White House.
Oh, well.
She's certainly shrouded in mystery.
She sure is.
Yeah.
And hopefully they get to
Intrigue.
some of those big questions that everyone wants to know the answer to. Like, what sort of hair product does he use?
Yes, indeed.
I want to know about
What his
the
daily
hat.
complexion
The
involves.
hat that she wears so that he
do you?
can't get in to kiss her.
Oh,
I love
yeah.
that one.
It was like a physical restriction one, wasn't it? Yeah.
Just stay away. Proper boundaries.
A barrier.
All right.
She's clever.
She is clever.